Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Memphis Grizzlies are signing Bismack Biyombo to a one-year, $5 million deal, with only $1 million of that deal being guaranteed. Only $1 million is guaranteed in that $5 million deal. Biyombo has played his last two seasons for the Phoenix Suns. Right now, it looks like the Grizzlies desperately need a center right now. I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr. is a very solid, big man. I think he's more naturally a power forward. That is his position. I just don't know about him at the center position. I'm not saying Biyombo should be starting, but the Grizzlies got to figure something out at having an 0-5 record, because you can make the excuse of Ja Morant being suspended and him being gone, but you can't have a team struggling like this for 25 games. And they're getting blown out. They've been getting blown out pretty much outplayed every single game. They've only one of their games this year was a close game. That was actually against one of the best teams in the league. I mean, first game against the Pelicans, I think they only ended up losing by like 7 or 8 points, but they were down double digits in that game throughout a really good portion of that ball game. Against the Nuggets, they played great basketball. They almost got their first win of the season. They lost again. And then against the Washington Wizards, you would have thought that would have been their chance to get their first win of the season, but they lose by 7 points. At one point, I think they were down by like 25 or 26 points in the ballgame. Then the Dallas Mavericks, they lose by 15. And, they were close in the first half, but after the first half, going into the second half, they just kind of lost it. And then last night against the Utah Jazz, they were down 33 points going into halftime. I think they lost the game by like 24 points, something like that, or 25 points. But they need some help, and I think that's at the big man. I think it's at the center position. They're really missing Steven Adams right now. You can talk about how they're missing Ja Morant. That's true, right? But I think right now the two things they are missing the most is Steven Adams, who was their starting center last year and brings a great, impact as, starting center defensively and offensively with rebounding and a little bit of scoring. And Tyus Jones, who they traded away to the Washington Wizards, who was a great player off the bench for the Grizzlies. He always stepped up as the starting point guard whenever Ja Morant was either hurt, injured, whether he was injured or suspended or away from the team, whatever you want to. If Ja wasn't available, he stepped up, and he was a great, addition to their team. But I think they're missing him. I think they're missing Steven Adams right now. I think they're also missing Ja Morant. But I'm saying right now, if they had Tyus Jones, they had Steven Adams on the court for them, they would not be 0-5. They'd probably be 2-3, maybe 3-2. But I think Biyombo should help them a little bit. He's played a total of 97 games in the last two seasons, 61 in 2022-23 season, 14 starts, 14 minutes per game, 5 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. He even averaged one block per game, or 1.5 blocks per game. And 2021-22 season, 36 games, 3 starts, 6 points per game, 5 rebounds per game. That's with the Suns as well. And he averaged 1 block per game. He spent a lot of time with the Charlotte Hornets from 2018, from the 2018-19 season to the 2020 through the 2019-20 season. So, I think that he's been a very solid backup center throughout his career. Sometimes being the starting center, was the starting center for a good portion of his time with Orlando, in his 2 seasons with Orlando. And, I think he's going to be a solid addition for this Memphis Grizzlies team. I think it's going to be interesting to see how much he plays, how many minutes he gets. But right now, it's very well looking like this Memphis Grizzlies need some help at the center position. So Memphis had to sign him. And we've heard the rumors about the Grizzlies signing him. It was a couple days ago. I think it was after their third game against the Wizards. And that was Saturday. But they couldn't sign him until their 5th game was over, which was yesterday when they lost to the Jazz. They couldn't officially sign him until the 5th game was over. It had something to do with Ja Morant's suspension, something like a suspension exception or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think this is a solid addition for the Memphis Grizzlies. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out.